I believe that we all have a story to tell. I believe that technology has connected us in so many ways, yet disconnected us from the people that we love. I believe our struggles, our challenges, and our triumphs can be used to change the world long after we're gone. My story began when my mom was diagnosed with COPD. I was 15, and by the time I was done with high school, she was no longer able to work. And I knew she was sick, but I thought we had more time together. And in retrospect, I completely took that for granted. In the end, I found myself panicked. She was getting worse and she wasn't getting better, and we were scrambling to capture as much of her story as we could before it was too late. My kids were 3 and 5 when she passed away. And she was the one person in this world that knew everything about me. The good, the bad, and everything in between. Now, I asked her to preserve some of her stories before she passed. But when I began to go through what she wrote, I was so surprised. I learned that she wanted to become a dancer, yet I never once saw her dance. And you know what the worst part about this is? I never even knew that she had that dream. How can I have someone that I loved so deeply, and I thought I knew so much about them, yet I didn't even know her biggest dream? It broke my heart. And I made a decision that day that I was never ever going to let this happen to me or my family again. And I wanted to make sure that I captured everything I could from all of our family members, especially the ones that were aging so quickly, or if they had a chronic illness or they were suffering from memory loss. I didn't want to let another opportunity go by without getting to know them as much as we could on a deeper level before that opportunity was gone forever. I began to realize that our younger generations don't seem to have the same deep, meaningful connections like I did with my own family when I was a child. Growing up, families used to get together on a regular basis. And I don't think we do that anymore. Today, we don't sit around talking about the stories behind the photos in the family photo albums. Heck, does anybody even print photos anymore? We would fight with our cousins and be just as close to them as we would our siblings. And half the time, our parents didn't even know. Were we at Aunt Carolyn's house? Were we at Uncle Ronnie's house? Like, where are the kids? They didn't know. Today, if they're lucky, our kids get to see their extended family once or twice a year. And in some cases, they might never get the opportunity to get to know their families. Those bonds between our families and our neighbors and our communities just aren't the same. But those relationships and connections don't have to be a thing of the past. I believe it's our responsibility to keep our families connected from generation to generation. I believe it's our duty to capture our heritage, our history, our legacies, everything, and pass as much as we can on. And with technology, there's absolutely no reason we don't. I am so grateful that my mom did capture many stories about her life. After she passed away, I was going through her things, and I was thrilled to find boxes of mementos that I had no clue about, that she left for my kids for those special moments that she knew she would miss. She left letters for my daughter, hopefully the first and only time that she gets her heart broken. And for my son, who is a total gearhead, like his mom and his dad, she left a letter for him the first time he drives his first car. She left letters to encourage them when they're faced with challenges, defeat, failure. She left her legacy that will ensure that she'll still be there for these moments when they need comfort and guidance and wisdom, and they want it from their Nana. It was so important for her to be remembered. And the mementos that she's left behind will be cherished by my children throughout their entire lives. And it's been my honor to pass down the values that I learned from her, that I know were essential to her, and I better pass them down. This is her legacy. This is what she wanted my kids to learn. This is what she would have taught them had she been here. It's her story. And I believe that we all have a story that's important for us to capture right now. I believe these stories are so powerful that they can change the world. And those stories can have a positive impact and make their world a better place. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Who has time to do this? And where do I even start? How do I get started? And it's just, you know what? It's just too much. And I get it. But I'm here to tell you, it's not too much. It doesn't take a ton of time. And you can start with just 3 easy questions. If you want to learn how you can change your world for your family, then start capturing your stories. Like right now. You can, by answering one question at a time. I believe we have a voice. We all have a story. And you can start by answering one simple question. Click the button below and get your 3 questions right now. And when you do it, I want you to come back and share it with us. You can come share it with us here on Facebook. You can go to our website. You can send us an email. And we actually have phones and we answer them. So there's a phone number and you can call us too. Capture one story, one memory, one thing that you want people to remember, to know, to pass down, just so you have it. Just start with one.